Hello, guys. Hello. So, finally, this is question number 10. What questions do you have for me? Okay, we'll start with this video.
So at the end of your job interview, the hiring manager is going to say, that's the end of the interview. Do you have any questions for us? Now, the majority of interview candidates will simply say, no, thank you. I don't have any questions. You answered everything during the job interview. That's a big mistake because they're missing the opportunity to show the hiring manager that they care about their organization. So it's really important that you ask 3 smart, intelligent questions that are focused on their organization. Let's take a look at those questions. Question number 1. So when they say to you, do you have any questions for us? Say this. Yes, I have just 3 questions, please. The first one is, how do you see the company evolving over the next 5 years? This is a very clever question because it shows the interviewer that you are planning on staying working for them for many years to come in the future. And you are interested in how the company is going to move forward and evolve. So it's a really smart question to ask. And the question again is, how do you see the company evolving over the next 5 years? The second question to ask at the end of your interview when they say, do you have any questions for us, is, what could I do in this role to help you achieve your vision? That is a cracking question to ask at the end of your interview. Now, it's a great question because it shows you are not just interested in a paycheck. Instead, you genuinely want to help them be successful in the future. And that's 100% appealing to any hiring manager. So the question again is, what could I do in this role to help you achieve your vision? And question number 3, when they say to you, do you have any questions for us, is, what's the culture like within the company? Again, this is a really smart question to ask. Now, it's a powerful question because it shows the interviewer that you are aware of how important a positive workplace culture is to the success of a company. It's a clever question because it demonstrates that you are a forward-thinking employee. So the question again is, what's the culture like within the company? So there's 3 brilliant questions.
So, I really like these questions. Like, this person who is asking this question, who asks these questions, is showing interest in the company, right? And is showing that this person is has the intention of working at this company for many years, for at least 5 years. Okay, so then we have here some tips. As your next interview comes to a close, the hiring manager will ask you, do you have any questions for me? While it's tempting to answer with a polite no thanks, you should always ask questions. This common interview question is a fantastic opportunity to reinforce why you're a good fit for the position and get information about things the hiring manager didn't cover during the interview process. Asking questions is a great way to show your interest, learn more about things that are important to you, and end the discussion on a high note. Now, the most important thing is that you are showing interest, that you're showing that you're caring, that you care about the position, that you care about this job, like this guy said, right? So, and then we have here some tips, right? So, why it's important to ask questions, it's a chance to learn more. Asking questions shows your interest. It supports a memorable final impression, right? So you need to prepare some questions, maybe consider preparing 10 because sometimes, you might find that the hiring manager gave you the answer to the questions that you prepared. So research the company, rehearse, and here we have some questions to ask in an interview. Can you elaborate on the day-to-day responsibilities this job entails? What are the characteristics of someone who would succeed in this role? What's the most important thing I could do to help within the first 90 days of employment? What are some of the challenges you've seen people in this role or in this team encounter? If I were in this job, how would my performance be measured? What does the career path for someone in this role look like? What are the functions or departments does this team work with most often? What does your job look like day to day? How would you anticipate working with a person in this role? What do you like best about working here? Now, from these questions, I would personally go for the most general ones. For example, I like this one, number 9. What do you like best about working here? Right? I would ask something that is more general. Okay, so you can ask questions about the job, about the company, and about your qualifications and topics to avoid. This is important. If you're still in the earlier stages of the interview process, avoid asking questions about salary, benefits, vacation time, or company perks. Questions about these topics should be saved from when you are formally offered the job. If you ask about these things too early, you could send the message that you are more interested in how the company can benefit you, not how you can contribute to the company. Now, this is an interesting difference, right? Yeah, maybe it shows that you are too interested in the benefits, in the compensation, in the money, in the vacation, right? Not actually in the company. Okay, so then we have here some other questions. So, what do you enjoy? One sample question. What do you enjoy most about working here? It can be tough to learn about all the company culture before you actually start working there. Fortunately, this question is a great way to get some insider insight into what life is like as an employee. Now, I really like this question because, yeah, this is something that any hiring manager can answer, right? It's not too specific. It's not something that they don't know. So they can really talk about their experience working at this company, right? And the culture, and their maybe their personal opinion, how they feel working at this company. So go ahead and ask your interviewers why they like what they like most about working there. If they can't stop raving about the amazing leadership, the supportive culture, and the numerous perks, well, that's a great sign. But if the best answer they can come up with is the average vacation policy, you might want to proceed with caution. It's difficult to stay at a job when you are unhappy, so you definitely don't want to get involved with the company if you know there's an issue from the get-go. So you might also get some, like kind of like a negative vibe from this answer. Maybe the person is not very happy at this company, right? That might happen as well. So what is the one key thing that someone needs in order to be successful in this role? Well, again, this is a nice question to ask. What are your expectations for this role in the first 60 days? Now, again, I would say that these are very specific. How would you describe the leadership style of this company? What's next in the hiring process? I really like this question. This is something that I usually ask. What's next in the hiring process? Because sometimes, you have questions about this. You want to know when they will send you an email, right? You want to know the next steps. All right, so sometimes you're caught off guard and you simply can't think of an amazing, thought provoking question to pose to your interviewer. In those cases, go ahead and ask about what's next in the hiring process. Will there be second interviews scheduled? Will they get in touch with everybody, even if they aren't moving forward? When can you expect to hear from them? Not only is getting the lowdown on what's next a great way to cap off the interview, but it also ensures that you exit the office with information you really want and need. I think that this is a good question, man, because it shows that you are interested in the position. And remember, ask questions. Don't miss the opportunity. Most job interviewers end with the hiring manager asking if you have anything you'd like clarified or answered. The last thing you want to do is reply with an off-base question or a quick, no, I'm good. Instead, have one of these 5 questions ready to go, and you are sure to end that interview on the right note, right? So let's recap. So I will always ask questions, always. So uh, I have problems with E. Oh, I've with it here. So always ask questions because they show that you are interested in the position, right? That you care about the position and the company, right? You are interested in this role. And then I would say that you should ask something that is more general, right? Because it's easier to answer. For example, how do you feel working at this company? Uh, tell me what is like working at this company, right? So maybe the hiring manager can talk about their experience. And then what else? So I think that's it, right? So you need to prepare maybe some like 5 questions. You can also, ask about the company, ask about the role, ask about the culture, ask about the hiring process, right? The next steps. So I think that this is it, guys. So if you want, y bueno, si pueden también, nada, dejarme feedback. Bye.